Mood is the feeling that you get from a work of literature or art. Another way to describe mood is atmosphere. When you walk into a place, it has an atmosphere that makes you feel a certain way. When you walk into a story, it too has an atmosphere that makes you feel a certain way. The mood of a story can be calm, annoyed, frantic, joyful, gloomy, romantic, hopeful, or tense. How might you describe the mood of this video right now? Sweet and playful, right? How about now? See how the music changes the mood? But authors can't use music in their writing. So what do they use? Word choice, imagery, and setting. The setting of a story also plays a big part in creating mood. Like in this scene. What time is it? Tim asked Jacob. All around them, taxi cabs honked their horns as hordes of people in suits pushed by on their way into office buildings. What is the setting? What mood does the setting create? Now imagine the same scene, but in a completely different setting. Like this one. What time is it? Tim asked Jacob. Weak moonlight cast shadows over the crumbling gravestones. A lone owl hooted somewhere in the darkness above. How has the setting changed the mood?
In reading this week, we have been looking at the setting of our books. We will be continuing exploring the setting, and we will be thinking about how does the setting affect the characters? We will be exploring how settings affect characters in books. And to do this, we need to think about the physical characteristics, where the story is, and when the story is happening. But we also need to think about the mood and the atmosphere. You just learned from the short video that the mood of the setting is the feeling the reader gets when they read the text. Just about any word that can describe an emotion can also describe the mood of a story. Here are some examples. For example, peaceful, scary, ominous, suspenseful, tense, cheerful. Do any of these words describe the mood of the setting in your novel? The strategy that we'll be working with today is asking ourselves, what kind of place is this? As you read, ask yourself, what kind of place is this setting? When the setting seems normal, like a school, for example, in the fight, they're at school. Well, the setting is quite normal. It's a school. What's so unusual or special about the school? When the setting seems normal, like a house or a school or a shop, you really need to ask yourself, what kind of school is this? What kind of house is this? As I read The Fight again, I asked myself, what kind of school is this? And then I started noticing some things here in the text that I highlighted in yellow. Let's read. Then we started shoving each other under the basket and pointing fingers and making threatening faces. This was fine with me because looking threatening was one of the things I did best. Ugh, that doesn't sound nice. Mike and I glared angrily at each other. There's a lot of anger. When I kept reading, one of the parts that made me think about AISC or other schools and how different Will's school is Mike goes up to Will at lunch, says, "Hey, buddy," and asks Will, "I hear you want to fight me." And then instead of Will saying, "No, that was just a mistake," what does Will say? "That's right." And Will agrees to fight. Well, using the text evidence that I highlighted in yellow, I decided that Will's school is nasty, competitive, and intimidating. Not just his gym class, but the whole school, it seems like to me. Today, while you read, you will ask yourself, what kind of place is this? To think deeper about the mood of the setting. You'll need to collect evidence that proves the mood of your setting. Here's an example from the fight. Mood of the school seems aggressive, and I cited some evidence from the first part of the story. On Friday, you will have a partner share. And on Friday, you will share different things. And one of the things about your novel that you will share with your partner is a few phrases you came up with to describe the setting in your books. So make sure you write down details and evidence. Remember, one reason we write about our reading is to share our thinking. This is really important. On Friday, you'll have a chance to do this. So remember, as you read today, ask yourself, what kind of place is this? And you can make that question more specific by saying, what kind of school is this? Or what kind of castle is this? Make the question specific to your setting. Asking yourself this question will help you consider the mood. And remember, what are you writing in your journal today? Well, you're writing words that you think describe the atmosphere or mood of your setting, just like I have here in my Post-it note. Don't forget to collect evidence and add your thinking. All right, grade 5, happy reading, happy writing. If you wish to use the digital journal page, look on the COI document. You will find a link that says, click here for the digital journal page for May 6th and 7th. When you click it, it will ask you to make a copy. Make a copy of the page and save it in the folder where you've been saving your other digital journal pages or in your class's reading folder. Save it someplace you'll remember where it is so you can reference it again. The digital journal page for May 6th and 7th, Wednesday and Thursday, look like this. The top part of the page can be used for the 6th, and the bottom part of the page can be used for May 7th. Remember, you can hit Control and click on an Apple or right-click on any other computer. Then click Duplicate Slide to make a copy of the slide. You can do this if you need more space to write about your reading. Lastly, as I've mentioned before, if you want to add something to your writing about your reading and on the template there's no space, just add a slide and add whatever you want to the slide. You can add shapes, like I have, I love to use arrows. You can add text boxes, or you can copy and paste a character web or any other strategy or format into your Google Slides to use to write about your reading.